Greetings to all you people out there in FAF land. Second cast for the day. Hopefully this one will go a little better and I won't miss anything. I'm getting a little better used to the resolution that I'm using and not being able to zoom to quite the same levels that I was, but I should be adjusting pretty quickly here. This is a 1 versus 1 versus higher with Hyro Protagonist versus just a game. It is Cybern versus Cybern. No faction advantages to be had. This is strictly player skill. We will see how it goes. Both players going land first. Just a game is going more aggressively for the Hydro. I'm going to bump up the speed a little bit and we will watch this unfold. Raiding party out for just a game. He is going second land. Hyro Protagonist is going second land, third air. 2 large stones in the center for reclaim. There appears to be a very small amount of reclaim in the rocks right at the spawns and then a little in the center, but not really that much to fight over. ACU denying this Mantis pretty easily, although Mantis were able to run pick up an engineer kill. Run by is not going to be successful on the right hand side. Just a game being incredibly aggressive with his unit production. Not much expansion. He is strictly building as many Mantis as his amount of mass and power will let him. He is power stalling a bit. Some of that was because he had reclaim. As his reclaim runs out there, he will balance out at +7. That is pretty brilliantly balanced. Hyro Protagonist is overflowing with mass. Plenty of it to go around. He focused a lot more on reclaim early game. Jester out. Just a game has no air factory, no interceptors to deny. He will have to rely on ground-based AA, which the Jester is immediately flying over. Not a smart choice at all. Picking up a P-Gen kill before being forced away. He will swing around and try to raid these Mexes. Nice little run by up here by just a game. It did get sniped off, but it did manage to get a kill. Jester on the ACU. Slowly, ever so slowly, punching away. So many more Mantis on the field for just a game. Hyro Protagonist really needs to be careful here. This could easily kill his ACU coupled with just a games, but not making that choice. Direct drive for the base. This has the potential to hurt. Hyro has not been pushing units because he did make the T2 jump. If he can survive long enough to make use of that T2 factory, he may come out ahead, but that T2 transition really hurt him. Jester's out for just a game, pushing 3 out. But there is a flak for Hyro Protagonist. That will be the end of the age of the Jesters. They will be of no use anymore. 3 Rhinos easily knocking down that group of T1 spam. Now that Hyro has a group, he will find it much easier to deny these Mantis. 4 Rhinos, 5 on the field now. Strong run by just a game. Oh. Instead of engaging armies, they simply run by each other and kill each other's nexus. I believe that aggravate as much as possible is the mantra of the Cybern faction. Both parties definitely living up to it in this game. Hyro Protagonist has gotten the gun upgrade on his ACU. That is going to be devastating coupled with those Rhinos. Just a Game still does not have any upgrades on his ACU. He's going to have to be very careful here, sidestepping a few shots, bringing a spam in, trying to cover his ACU. Mass is just about dead even for both players, but Hyro Protagonist is doing a much better job of jumping out and trying to pick up this reclaim. He does have an NG out here where this fight was occurring. Another run by for Just a Game, killing off the engineers that were trying to spam up more factories. Hyro still producing rhinos. Just a Game is balancing his economy nicely, as well as Hyro Protagonist. It always is interesting to me to watch this level of 1v1 take place, because the ecos are always so well balanced. That is definitely something that I struggle with. I cannot seem... I tend to overbuild power, although I am not as bad as I used to be. But it is still a problem for me, and managing my mass is just a huge issue. Yet another run by. Just a Game plowing into Hyro's base, taking out 2, 3. Three T2 Mexes. Hyro Protagonist running by at the same time. Forces run right by each other and don't even engage and just take chunks out of each other's bases. No denial. Just... Why fight the soldiers in the field when you can go kill the women and children in the village, I suppose. Although when both players take that option, it doesn't really end well. Just a Game is decidedly ahead. Oop, I do apologize. Decidedly ahead in mass at the moment. He is pulling a rock solid 49. Hyro Protagonist appears to be hovering around 28. Just a Game has all of his T2 mass extractors still. 2 T2 as well as most of his T1s rebuilt, whereas Hyro lost all of his T2 except for 1 and lost most of his expansion. T2 point defense up in the center for Just a Game, although that is horrible placement. Large hill right here. That PD is not going to do much good. Although this one will. It appears that Just a Game has also gotten the gun upgrade on his ACU. Both players have gun, neither one has T2. Just a Game picking up his second vet. Those were loyalists on the field. Hyro has taken another tech jump, although he lost both of them to overcharges. That is just... oh! So much spam. Oh, devastating. This is an example of how teching too much can kill you. Gonna critique for just a second here. I hope some 2K players will pitch in on this opinion, but what I see in that game is Hyro made too many T2 mexes too fast and did not have enough tanks to deny any pushes on his base, so he lost all of his T2 mechs for lack of tanks. At the same time, he pushed for early T2, which did not help him very much. And then on top of that push for early T3, totally lost out in the spam war. And even though he did manage to field, I think that was a total of 5, maybe 6 loyalists, Just a Game was able to engage and overcharge the loyalists and maintained enough spam to kill Hyro's ACU. So had Hyro stayed at his current tech level and strictly pushed for crippling Just a Game's base, he did at one time have an eco advantage. But the the lack of units on the field from pushing all of this tech too early, I believe that is what killed him. All right, interesting game. Hopefully one that we can learn from. And once again, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you will like and subscribe. I'm trying to expand my YouTube channel, hopefully cater to what your guys are looking for. And I know a couple of people have mentioned the quality of the graphics, and I'm having some issues with resolution and some things like that. Within the next month, I am hoping to pick up a new graphics card. Any new viewers and influx of that nature will help me in justifying getting that. So I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys.